Welcome back to Midcap Masala. We've just interacted with the management of V2 Retail on their growth outlook and more importantly, the Q4 business update that they've released. We're on to some more news and updates in BLS International. That stock is in focus today on the back of the management's plans to invest 2,500 crore rupees for expansion into newer geographies. So what is this expansion going to look like? What are the geographies they are targeting? Basically, what are the growth plans and timelines for the same? Let's understand all of that from the management themselves. We have Mr. Shikhar Agarwal, the Joint Managing Director of BLS International Services Limited and Chairman of BLS E-Services Limited, joining us on the show. Good afternoon and thank you so much for your time, Mr. Agarwal. First, let's start by talking about the latest update that the company has provided. This 2,500 crore rupees that you're looking to invest to expand into newer geographies and newer markets. Talk to us about what is the plan here, what are you aiming for, and what's going to be the timeline for the same?
Yeah, hi. So as you know, we have announced that, we in the past also, if you see, we have done acquisitions worth 1,500 to 2,000 crores. And now, in the next 4 years, our plan is to spend this money. First of all, in acquisition opportunities, we want to spend the money on enhancing our technological infrastructure and to diversify and get into new markets. So we will be utilizing, mix of this money for different aspects.
Absolutely. Hi, good morning, Mr. Agarwal. But can you elaborate a bit more in terms of the plans are there? 2,500 crores is what you are planning to invest, but in which segments and which geographies, which opportunities you are looking at?
So definitely, in both, we are actually looking at investing in both organic and inorganic growth of the company. From organic, we're thinking of investing around 400 to 500 crores in opening our territory into newer markets, in enhancing our technological infrastructure, and on M&A opportunities upwards of 2,000 odd crores that we're looking at. We are looking at companies which are in the visa counselor domain, and also in related citizen service domain. So our plan is to invest the money over the next 4 years. If you see, our target for growth is that we want to double our revenue in the next 5 years for the company.
So from what I understand, Mr. Agarwal, you have a quite robust a set of plans for the next phase of the company, but also talk to us about how this 2,500 crore of expansion is going to be funded. Is it going to be via internal accruals? Are you looking at any sort of fundraising for the same?
See, definitely, if you see our Q3 numbers, we did around 736 crores of revenue and around 170 crores of profit after tax, which was a 33% growth, from compared to last year. So we are a negative working capital company, cash throwing company. So definitely our objective is to, fund the growth through internal accruals of the company. Also, if the opportunity size is big enough, then we might use a mix of debt plus equity, since our balance sheet is quite healthy.
All right, mostly from internal accruals, that's great to hear. But along with that, Mr. Agarwal, I'm sure you must have worked on all the models. You have the money, you have all the plans to deploy that. But what about the revenue expectation? I'm sure that, and I believe that by 2030, that's a long period. But since you must be having a timeline, can you help us with the revenue visibility from these investments, maybe in the next 2 to 3 years?
See, we are targeting as a company to grow at least at 20 to 25% over the next few years on an organic basis. So definitely we are actively bidding for various opportunities, across the world. There is a lot of market which is getting outsourced for the first time. So definitely growth could be further, but we are targeting at least a 20 to 25% growth over the next few years.
Right. And Mr. Agarwal, out of that, what will be the contribution from the international segment or your international operations? Because as we understand the escalations in the Middle East right now, talk to us if that has hampered any of your growth plans or impacted any of the plans on the international front.
See, we've been, since the time of our inception, 2007, 2008, we have been operating in multiple geographies across the world. So there are, some events happening every year in certain part of the world, but barring COVID, wherein the volume became almost negligible, we have not seen any major impact. On an annual basis, our growth happens. So there is some disruption in some part of the world for a few weeks, but as of now, all our offices are currently operating with volumes. They are poised to come back to normal from certain geographies.
All right. Yes, of course, a lot of disruption out there. Maybe next time we would like to talk a bit more on that. But for now, Mr. Agarwal, 2,500 crores announcement is indeed a big one. And add to that, in your business, I believe AI must be impacting as well. Give us some sense that how are you utilizing or reaping the benefits of AI? What sort of an impact it is already having to your cost structure, maybe helping to improve the efficiency?
So definitely AI has helped us to increase our efficiency. It has led to reduction in cost. Right now, we've invested in AI, system in our call centers. A lot of our calls are being picked up by AI agents. We have also introduced AI when we are hiring in a hiring process. A lot of level of checks are done by AI. In security features, cyber security that we've implemented across the world on our IT softwares. Definitely, we are using AI, real-time AI, to identify bots, etc., and mitigate the impact. So definitely, AI is helping us increase the efficiency, increase our bandwidth, get more volume, and at the same time reduce the cost. So definitely, I feel that we are becoming a AI-ready organization.
Okay, so that sounds good. On that note, Mr. Agarwal, we'll let you go. Good to hear about your expansion plans, the investment timeline, and of course, the fact that most of it is going to be funded from internal accruals. All of that sounding really positive. Thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Okay, viewers, on that note, it's a wrap on this edition of Midcap Masala. Before we go, just taking a look at what the market is doing right now, the kind of fall that we've seen on the market since the get-go has not been arrested. We're still 2% lower, and it's a 450-point cut coming in on the Nifty. 22,222, 5 times 2 is where we are at on the Nifty right now. But yes, it's a 450-point cut as we speak. But on that note, we're completely timed out. So thanks so much for tuning in. But stay on, because buy now, sell now takes all the action ahead.